Imagine you are driving your dream car on a long highway. You are holding the steering wheel. You know exactly where you want to go. But every few seconds, the steering wheel suddenly turns on its own. You try to correct it, but it keeps pulling you in another direction. Sound terrifying, doesn't it? Now, here's the uncomfortable truth. That's exactly how millions of people live every single day. Not because someone else is controlling them, but because their own mind is. Let me ask you something. Have you ever promised yourself tomorrow I will wake up early, but when the alarm rings, your mind whispers just 5 more minutes, and somehow those 5 minutes become an hour, or maybe you have opened your phone for just 2 minutes only to realize 45 minutes have disappeared. Or you have told yourself, I won't overthink this anymore, yet somehow your mind keeps replaying the same conversations, the same mistakes, the same fear again and again and again. So here's the question. If your mind belongs to you, why doesn't it listen to you? Why do you know what's right, yet still choose what's easy? Why do you know scrolling won't make you happier, yet you keep scrolling? Why do you know anger will only make things worse, yet you still explode? Maybe the real problem is not a lack of discipline. Maybe you have been fighting the wrong enemy all along. Most people believing they are making conscious decisions, but psychology tells us how surprising a huge part of our daily behavior happens automatically. Habits, emotions, impulses, old patterns. Your mind keeps running the same programs even when you want to change them, and that's exactly why Krishna gives one of the most powerful insight in the Bhagavad Gita. He says the mind can become your greatest friend or your greatest enemy. The question is, who is in control today, you or your mind? Because once you answer that honestly, everything about your life begins to make sense. And more importantly, it can finally begin to change. So, why does your mind keep winning? Why does it keep pulling you toward distractions, fears, laziness, and overthinking? Even when you know better, to answer that, we first need to understand one important truth. Your brain and your mind are not exactly the same thing. Your brain is the physical organ inside your head, but your mind is made up of your thought, emotions, memories, beliefs, and habits. Think of it this way. Your brain is like the hardware of a computer. Your mind is the software running on it. Now here's the problem. Most of software running inside your mind was wasn't written by you. It was programmed over years by your childhood, your environment, your experiences, your fears, and your daily habits. That's why you often react automatically. Someone criticizes you, you instantly feel angry. You hear bad news, your mind immediately imagines the worst. You feel bored. Without thinking, your hand reaches for your phone. Notice something. You didn't consciously decided to do any of that. Your mind simply followed its old programming. Psychologists call this the habit loop. Cue, routine, reward. For example, you feel stressed. That's the cue. You open social media. That's the routine. For a few seconds, your brain releases dopamine. That's the reward. Your mind remembers. Next time I feel stressed, let's do that again. And before you realize it, you are trapped in the same cycle. This is exactly why changing habits feels so difficult. You are not fighting laziness, you are fighting years of mental conditioning. Krishna points toward the same reality in a timeless way. He teaches that an untrained mind behaves like a restless force. It keeps running from one desire to another, one fear to another, one distraction to another. Not because it's evil, but because that's what an untrained mind naturally does. Imagine trying to ride a powerful horse. If the horse has never been trained, it won't go where you want. It will go wherever its impulses take it. Your mind works the same way. If you never train it, it will train you. And that's why so many people spend years saying, I know that, I know what I should do, but never actually doing it because knowledge doesn't control behavior, training does. And here's the good news, if your mind was trained into unhealthy habits, it can also be trained into healthy ones. The question is how. That's exactly what we will discover next. How to take back control of your mind. Now comes the most important question. If your mind has been controlling you for years, can you really take back control? The answer is yes, but not by fighting your mind, by training it. Thinks about it. When a puppy is untrained, it's run everywhere. It jumps on people. It doesn't listen. You don't hit the puppy. You patiently train it. Your mind works the same way. It is not your enemy. It's simply untrained. So how do you train it? Let's keep it practical. Step 1. Notice before you react. Every thought that enters your mind doesn't deserve your attention. The biggest mistake most people make is believing every thought they have. Imagine your mind says, you are not good enough. You are probably fail. Everyone is judging you. Ask yourself, is this a fact or just a thought? That one question creates space between you and your mind, and that's where freedom begins. Step 2. Pause before obeying your mind. Your mind loves immediate comfort. It says skip today's workout, watch one more video, start tomorrow, don't argue, just pause. Take one deep breath, wait 10 seconds, then decide it. That teeny pause breaks the automatic habit, and every time you do it, you become stronger than your impulse. Step 3. Train your attention. Your attention is like a flashlight, whatever you shine it on grows stronger. If you spend hours focusing on problems, your mind becomes anxious. If you spend time learning, creating, exercising, or helping others, your mind becomes calmer and more disciplined. Where your attention goes, your life follows. Protect it. Step 4. Don't believe every emotion. Here's something most people never learn. Emotions are real, but they are not always true. Feeling anxious doesn't mean you are in danger. Feeling like a failure doesn't mean you are one. Feeling unmotivated doesn't mean you should quit. Sometimes your mind is simply tired. Don't make permanent decisions based on temporary emotions. Step 5. Practice every single day. Krishna explains that the restless mind is brought under control through consistent practice and detachment. Not once, not for a weekend, every day. Just 10 minutes of silence, 10 minutes without your phone, 10 minutes observing your thoughts instead of reacting to them. These small actions may not feel powerful today, but repeated every day, they slowly rewrite the way your mind works. Remember, you didn't lose your control of your mind overnight. So don't expect to master it overnight either. Transformation is not one big decision. It's thousands of small decisions repeated constantly, repeated consistent, repeated consistently. And once you understand that, you will stop looking for quick fixes. You'll start building a stronger mind. In the next part, I will give you a 7-day mind control challenge that can completely change the way you think, become the master of your mind. Let's finish with one final question. Imagine waking up tomorrow and for the first time in years, your mind doesn't control your day. You do. The alarm rings, your mind says, sleep a little longer, but you smile, get out of bed, and begin your day. Your phone vibrates, your mind says, check it now. But this time you decided it can wait. Someone criticizes you. Your mind wanted to react immediately, but instead you pause, you breathe, and you respond with clarity. Nothing outside has changed. The world is exactly the same. The only difference, the driver has changed. Your mind is no longer holding the steering wheel. You are, and that's what real freedom looks like. Many people spend their lives trying to control other people, trying to control situations, trying to control the future. But Krishna reminds us that the greatest victory is not over the world, it's over ourselves. Because when you master your mind, you naturally become calmer, more focused, more confident, and strangely, life becomes much simpler. Not because problems disappear, but because your reactions change. And when your reactions change, your entire life begins to change. So before this video ends, I want to give you a simple challenge for the next 7 days. Practice these 5 habits. First, wake up without pressing snooze. Second, spend the first 30 minutes of your morning without your phone. Third, sit quietly for 10 minutes and simply observe your thoughts. Fourth, whenever your mind tells you to avoid something important, count to 10 and take the first step anyway. Fifth, every night ask yourself, did I control my mind today? Or and did I control my mind today? Or did my mind control me? Write the answer down. Don't judge yourself just because awareness is where change begins. Remember, you are not your thought. You are the one who notices them. And the moment you stop believing every thought, you stop becoming a prisoner of your own mind. The Bhagavad Gita doesn't promise a life without challenges. It teaches you how to become stronger than them. So don't try to silence your mind. Train it, guide it, master it. Because the greatest battle you will ever fight, it is not outside, it's inside your own mind. And once you win that battle, very little in the world can defeat you. If this video gave you a new perspective, Share it with someone who needs it and subscribe to Wisdom by Rohi for more timeless wisdom explained through psychology and modern life. Until next time, master your mind and you will master your life.